Hey everybody, how are you doing out there? Well, it is the Michigan Sports Fan number 2. And I will be doing my picks for week number 10. Yeah, 10. Can any of you believe it? Well, I know I can't believe it, that we're going to be going into week 10. But letting you know how I did for week number 9, I went 9-5-1. So I didn't do too bad. I wish I could have done better, but some of these games, you just didn't know what to expect. But hopefully this week will be better, I hope. Cross my fingers. All I gotta say is I hope I do better in week number 10. Boy, I'm just hoping I do. But let me know how you did in week number 9 on your picks. Like to hear from you, how you did and what your record was and everything, and just communicate. I enjoy doing these. Try to communicate with people out there that love football. But to kick off week number 10, we got a Thursday night matchup. We got the Raiders traveling to go play Denver. Now Denver, they're coming off a winner here. Off of, who did Denver beat? If I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, Houston. Yeah, 18-15. Yeah, 18-15, that one was. And the Raiders, well, they lost in overtime to Jacksonville. Now, this is not going to be one easy one for the Raiders whatsoever. Denver, they're unstoppable. Now, at first they play bad, but then when the game progressed, then they start playing good. But I just don't see the Raiders going into Denver and whipping their butt. The Raiders just is not the great team. So I'm going to go with Denver in this one. To upset the Raiders at home on Thursday Night Football. All right, now Sunday's games. I messed up there. All right, well, we got an early morning one because it's in a different country. We got the Falcons taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Now, the Falcons, they lost to New England. And Indianapolis, well, they lost to Pittsburgh. But the Falcons just are not playing the greatest. And I know the Colts, now they made a trade today to help their team be better. Hopefully that trade worked. But I got to go with the Colts. They've been playing great. I don't see the Falcons upsetting them. So I'm going to go with the Colts in this one. Now, for their over and under and everything, let's say Denver, there's 9.5, and they over and under for Denver was 41%. Now for the Colts, they're 5.5, over and under 49%. So that's not too bad. That's why I'm picking the Colts. Now, let's move on to afternoon games. Here. We got the New York Giants taking on the Chicago Bears. Now, Chicago, they're 2.5-point favorite to win this one. Over and under 48.5. Now the Bears, they came back to beat Cincinnati. And the Giants, they lost to the 49ers. Now this is going to be a shootout between the Giants and the Bears. But I got a feeling the Bears are just much better than the Giants on paper. I think the Bears are just going to go in there and show them who's boss. And it will be a shootout between these two, but I think the Bears are going to win the shootout. So I'm going to go with the Bears over the Giants in that one. Next up, we got Buffalo taking on Miami. Now, the Bills are 9.5-point favorite. Over and under 49.5. Now, in this one, Miami lost to Baltimore on Thursday Night Football. And Buffalo, the Bills, they beat Kansas City. Can any of you believe it? They beat Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Wow, now that is incredible. Josh Allen and the Bills. But, take it out Miami, I'd see them putting a whipping on the Dolphins. The Dolphins are just not that great anymore. I think Josh Allen and those Bills are going to just go stomping on these Dolphins. So I'm going to go with the Bills, Buffalo in this one, over Miami. Miami just does not have a chance whatsoever. Now, okay, next up, we got Baltimore taking on the Minnesota. Now, the Ravens are 4.5-point favorite to win this. Over and under 47.5. Now, like I say, Baltimore beat Miami. Minnesota beat my Lions. I tell you, my Lions stunk. That team totally freaking embarrassed me. And today, I don't know if any of you follow football. Brad Holmes did not make any moves to help my Lions. I'm one disgusted Lion fan. I really am. I think it's time for Brad Holmes to get booted out of Detroit. You gotta make moves, dude. You got to help your team. You're the GM. You know, I'm sorry to say that, but you got to do what you gotta do to help your team get over the hump. But in this one, now I know the Ravens, like I said, are 4.5 point favorite, 47.5. And I just feel the Ravens are going to win because, you know, they got their main quarterback back. And Henry, he's unstoppable. So I'm going to go with the Ravens in this one over the Vikings. I just don't see the Vikings stopping the Ravens. All right, next up we got Cleveland taking on the New York Jets. Now, the Jets are 1.5 point favorite to win this one. 36.5. Now, both teams are coming off from a bye. Now, this is like a toilet bowl game. It doesn't mean anything. But in this one, oh man, I've got to go with the Browns. Because now, you know, I don't know if any of you heard, the Jets gave up a couple players today in the draft. So I'm going to go with the Browns to get a win on the road and to defeat the Jets. All right, next up, we got the Patriots trying to go play the Buccaneers. Yeah. Now, the Bucks, they're 2.5 point favorite to win this one. Over and under 48.5. Now, New England is coming off of a win over Atlanta. And Tampa Bay, now they had a bye week. They didn't play. They had a bye week to get prepared for their next opponent. Now, the last time Tampa Bay played, they played my Detroit Lions, and my Lions beat them. And this is going to be a good game between New England and the Buccaneers. Now, if... Oh, man, I don't know, man. I don't know if New England is going to be able to go in and beat the Bucks. But it's going to have to be hard work on them, but, man, this one's a hard one to pick. But I'm going to go with the Buccaneers in this one. I think the Bucks are much better at home. So that's why I'm going to go with the Bucks. It's going to be a tough task for the Patriots. All right, next up we got the New Orleans Saints traveling to go play Carolina. Now the Panthers, they're 5.5 point favorite to win this one. Over and under 34.5. Now, New Orleans, they lost a big time to the Rams. And Carolina, they got by the Packers. Can any of you believe it? The Packers. Now, the way the Saints are playing, I just don't see them beating the Panthers. Panthers, man, they've been playing great. They've been playing superb. So, on this one, I'm going to go with the Panthers over the Saints. All right, next up, we got Jacksonville taking on Houston. Now, the Texans, they're 1.5 point favorite. Over and under 38.5%. And like I say, Jacksonville, they're coming off of a winner. Houston, they're coming off of a loss. This, like I say, this is kind of like a toilet bowl game. And it is. It's like a toilet bowl game. But I'm going to go with the Texans in this one to get a home victory over the Jags. You don't know what Houston team's going to show up, but I think the real Houston team's going to show up and put a beating on the Jags. That's my prediction. Because the Jags, you know, they're like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde team. 1 minute, they don't want to play good. Next minute, they do. You don't know which one. But, yeah, I'm going to go with the Texans. Next up, we got Arizona taking on Seattle. Now, Seattle's coming off of a big win over Washington. And Arizona's coming off of a win over Dallas. But I think Sam Darnold and the Seahawks are just going to put a whipping on Arizona. I just don't see the Cardinals going in and beating Sam Darnold and the Seahawks. Now, Sam Darnold and the Seahawks are much better and playing better. So I'm going to go with the Seahawks over the Cardinals in that one. Next up, we got the LA Rams taking on the 49ers. Now, the Rams are 3.5-point favorite. Over and under 49.5. Now, yeah, talking about it, Seahawks, now they were 6.5-point favorite, 44.5. So, you know, I think that's why I was good. That's why I'm going with the Seahawks. But now the Rams and the 49ers. Now this is going to be a good one between these two. Now the Rams are coming off winners over the Saints. And I know San Francisco, they're coming off winners over the Giants. But, man. This one's a hard one to pick, but I think the Rams can do it. The 49ers, you don't know which 49er team's going to show up and play, and I just think the Rams are going to pull it off somehow. So I'm going to go with the Rams in this one. All right, next we got my Detroit Lions traveling to go play Washington. Now my Lions are 8.5-point favorite to win this one. Over and under 49.5. Now my Lions are frustrated. They are frustrated. I mean, yeah, they're frustrated. I think this loss that they got to the Vikings are going to show anger in their eyes. And they're going to put it on Washington. I know Washington doesn't have their regular quarterback. And they're struggling, they're hurting. And I just see us going into Commander Country and beating them. So I'm going to go with my Lions in this one over the Commanders. I mean it. Hey, a little revenge from last year. Next up, we got the Steelers taking on the Chargers. Now the Chargers are 3 and 45.5-point favorite. Now Pittsburgh, they're coming off winners over. Who did Pittsburgh beat last week? Oh, they beat Indianapolis. And the Chargers, who did they? Oh, yeah, they beat Tennessee. This is going to be a good one between two good teams. But in this one, I'm going to go with the Chargers. It's home advantage, and I just feel the Chargers are a lot better than Aaron Rodgers and those Steelers. So I'm going to go with the Chargers. And that's my prediction. And out my picks. We got the Eagles taking on Green Bay. Now, Packers are 2.5-point favorite to win this one. Over and under 44.5. And the Eagles, I believe they had a bye week last week. Yeah, they had a bye week. They didn't play. And Green Bay, like I said, they lost to Carolina. I just don't see Green Bay upsetting the Eagles. And I don't see them upsetting the Eagles. Barkley's going to be unstoppable. I don't see the Packers stopping Barkley and and the Eagles. So I'm going to go with the Eagles to get a win over the Packers. Now, don't forget, if you play fantasy football, do not use players from these teams because of their bye week. Cincinnati, Dallas, Tennessee, and Kansas City. They all got bye weeks. So, please remember, do not use anybody from these teams, all right? All I've got to say. Yeah, all I got to say, do not use anybody from these teams. Well, everybody, I hope all of you enjoyed my picks for this week. And if you did, go thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up button. Can you do that? When you do that, it will bring people here to my channel. Also, if you're new and you came here, hit that subscribe button down below and subscribe to my channel. Also, do me a favor. Hit that notification bell. Whenever I upload, you will be notified. And also, let me know what you think about this video and everything. And I want to hear your picks, who you're going to go for, and everything else. But until my next video, y'all have a splendid one. Take it easy. And thanks for watching.